Hey Zwooper, so as you know, if you're following Zwooper Big Brother 5, I'm up for 13th place. So, I'm up against Drama Girl 2017, who is arguably one of the least active players inside the house. So before I even begin answering the questions, I just wanted to say, if I go back in, I'm at least going to be online at Skype more than 4 hours a day. And I don't even know if she squeaks out 3. So, really, if I go back in, I'll be set for a while since this is my second time up in a row. I'm obviously not going to survive a third time on the block. So if I can just get through this, I kind of have. I mean, I can't definitely say that because of the twist, but I have the right allies in the house that I won't be going up for 12th, which was my first season placing. I won't be going up for 12th. I'll probably make it at least a solid 5 or 6 rounds without being nominated because I did earn the trust of the house back by being cooperative with this nomination. A lot of people have said it sounds like you're throwing yourself on the block, but here's my perspective. Let's play the scenario game. Let's say I had not volunteered for 13th nominations, and I tried to refute the nominations, and I tried going around and weaseling around and getting different people votes. Honestly, what would that have earned me in the House? I would have lost the trust of my allies. I would have received their votes to evict, which count for 3, and I would be certainly getting 13th place, regardless of how hard I worked based on the numbers of the nominations. So I thought it was in my best interest to earn back the trust of my house guests this week and take a turn on the block again and do the house a favor by taking out one of the players that we think really isn't being helpful or influential at all in the game. And if you want an interesting game, you can say, let's not give the house what they want, but then Drama Girl's going to go back in the house, and all that's going to happen is, in a matter of weeks, week with the little parentheses around the S, weeks, she's just going to go right back up. And honestly, her activity levels aren't going to help that. I would say that she's definitely going to be up for either 12th or 11th, probably 11th. And I think if I go back in, since I've already been up on the block, I can start really doing the moves that I've been wanting to make since the start. But, I think that last week I was harmed from doing that because of my rivalry with DeMarco, and I think that that hurt my game, but I think it was worth it because he's out of the house now, so if I go back, I am only working with people that I trust. So anyway, I just wanted to answer all these questions. Bailey5000 says, who is the mastermind or the main person behind your double nomination in your opinion, but only choose one you think had the most influence? Well, I think that would be Saint Stunner, but not in a way. I think it's mostly the second nomination that was him being in charge, but we're allies, and I think he did it because he knew that I would stand a good chance of surviving because the entire alliance is saving me, and I really think I have the support within the house, and now all I need is your support to stay, and then I can go back in, and with the support inside the house, I can manage to take out players that I don't trust that have been safe every week so far, because they have the majority. But we can flip that if I go back in because we'll have that number, but Brenna isn't voting with that side of the house. Good Travis says, who do you think is making a bad game and is not realizing that? I mean, who's following a little, even having potential, and going to suffer the consequences later? That would be Drama Girl, because she's not playing, she's just, I know that she says she's not being a sheep, but she really is, and she's only saying that so that she can survive and get your vote to stay. Anyone's gonna say anything they can to survive, I understand that, but luckily I played a game that I don't need to protect myself through lies. I can tell the truth and still hopefully earn your vote. DJ K. Wire says, since people had to get you and Marco nominated, why do you think that's the case? Are you playing a game too good or too bad? I'm playing a game that's smart. If I played a game too bad, I would have tried to take down these. The whole situation seems like the house gave up on making a move, and then it seems weak on their part. But I think it's smart. We're taking out a player who is sheeping the majority, and we're doing that and trying to bring back a player, me, who's actually going to vote with the minority and try and flip the situation and take out players who have been safe every week. I don't see how that could possibly be spun into Drama Girl's the victim of... No. She's not. If she wanted to be here, she could by being active. The entire platform upon which she was nominated is that her activity levels are low. and nobody really trusts her because of that. No, she's not talking with anybody. So, Nicole has a good few questions. You got nominated back-to-back early. Do you still have any shots at going far in this game? Absolutely, and that's the question I was hoping to be asked. I do stand a chance at going far, but only if I go back in. 2, some of us had high hope that you can go back and actually turn things around. How would you weight disappointing the public versus not doing a move to fit in with your housemates? We don't know what's going on inside the house, so please explain why you going up again could be a good thing for you. It's a good thing for me because at this point I was going up no matter what I did because people had locked in nominations with me and Marco with an alternate of Drama Girl. So obviously there wasn't much I could do in the way of recovery before I even had the chance to go back inside the house. I was on the block for 14th and now I'm on the block for 13th. If I had tried to negate the way that things were working by creating a different set, not only would I have lost the votes for 14th that I needed inside the house to survive, I would have also lost votes for 13th if I did somehow survive. It wasn't in my best interest to try and fight that week. I obviously talked with people. I tried to fit in, and I did make a new alliance that I trust more than my old alliance, and I think I'm making the right moves, not necessarily the biggest moves, because that's not good for my game. And I'm sorry if that's boring, but it won't be boring. The payout is greater for me to not try and impress the public now and actually play the game. 3, so I'm weighting my personal game more than entertaining the public, and I know that sounds bad, since you're the people that can choose for me to stay, but I think that if I try and play my best game now, I will entertain you later. In the long run, I will have more entertainment factor, and that's something that I won't have if I'm evicted. 3, to what extent is at Drama Girl 2017 really inactive? She's not inactive, but she's not making any moves. She's not making any effort to change things, which I did. I actually tried to put Swag on the block. He knows this from originally DeMarco's lies, that he wasn't on our side, and basically I tried to get him on the block instead of Jay Heavens or Shania. It was one of those two. I was trying to switch the nominations, but he disagreed, and ultimately that was the very beginning of our split. So basically I protected Drama Girl week 1, and I think that that's something to be said because she's still on the block even after having someone else do her dirty work. 4, are you having a good time in the house? Absolutely. I'd love to go back inside the house. It's been kind of a hard week, but in real life, but it's taking my mind off things, and I'm really happy to be inside the house, and I hope that I have a chance to stay. Hack98 says, compare your house guests to the Big Brother 17 house guests. I think we're so diverse and different from that, but I would have to say DeMarco's definitely Audrey. That's all I can really think of. Lynette asks, how does it feel to have been saved versus DeMarco with the same percent that you were saved against me? I think it shows that I don't have the public support I made out to have because it was such a small margin. But if I can get your support, then I can go back inside the house and I won't even have to go on the block. Fedora Print 1 asks, do you think your rivalry with DeMarco 14 is the reason that you're up a second time, or are you up for a different reason? Different reason. I don't think that the rivalry had relevance because we knew after that week our rivalry would be over since one of us was going home. I'm going for completely different strategic reasons that I think are benefiting me and my allies, and that is only going to pay out if I stay inside the house, and we're already in a minority position, so evicting me is just going to put the minority in an even bigger, badder situation. And if you're really trying to shake up the house, I think me going back in is better because Brenna is going to sheep the majority. And I'm not. I'm going to go back and I'm going to work with my allies that are starting to be in a comparable position. And I'm going to work with them to flip things. And I'm going to try and talk to people and get them to the minority alliance and kind of turn things around. So if there's any other questions, I can always answer them later. And I'll just type them. But that's what I wanted to say. I really hope that you're Team Jimothy. I think I have much to prove. It's only been a few weeks inside the house, and I've already gone up twice. But I think that I'm only going to have to go up twice before the finale because people are going to see that the public support I have is either minimal, barely over half against DeMarco, and, going up against someone, really popular, it would destroy my game. So, basically, I need to be able to make the strategic moves that are going to keep me off the block, and after this week, that's going to be the final, that's going to be the home stretch. And if I can succeed in that, then I hope I can make it to the finale. If I don't, I understand why you evicted me, but this week I think is a bad week to send me packing, because if I go back in, it doesn't give the majority what they want. So anyway, that's all. I really hope you save me, Team Jimothy.